have Kirk Callahan. What is going on?
Governed by fear, like Rocky himself.
I'm afraid!
It's been going on for 9 months, and it's driving me up a f***ing wall.
Are we talking about Zambrano?
No, I apologize, we're not. Rat! He's a rat!
I mean, is it Ordway?
No, it's not Ordway.
No, it's in his head.
Did anybody hate Kirk?
Oh, geez, let's get Dave Portnoy's part. Let's get Kirk Callahan. Like, it f***ing never ends. Why?
On Sports Radio, WEEI.
That was my appearance yesterday on Barstool Radio. I'm sure you can find that online. They won't scrub that. God love them. They'll keep it up. Hour 3 of Kirk and Callahan today. Hour 3 yesterday I thought was a great hour. We talked about the transgendered runners.
Track stars
in Connecticut who were first and second in the state 100 and 200. And the controversy about that. I think we each had opinions on it. We pretty much agreed on it. Took a bunch of calls. It was, I thought, a really good idea. Continued to do it. And we've continued to let him. I have said in the past, and I will say now, for my end, and Jerry may feel different, and management may feel different, and I'm sure this got dumped anyway, right? I have no doubt. Yep, of course it got dumped because we work for cowards. Joe Zarbano, our program director, is a coward. Mark Hannon is also governed by fear. People above them are governed by fear. I am not anymore. If I get in trouble for it, that's absolutely... Are we back on the air now?
Yes, we are.
So I'm being honest here. What is your issue? Why don't you come in and talk to me about it if you're so afraid? That's it. Walk away. That's how we worked here. Our program director just walked in the producer's booth and then just walked out because he's what? Why? What would he say?
He said, come on.
Well, come on in here and talk about it. Now he's sitting there right now, and he's got bigger issues than that. I'd say he has about 4.5 bigger issues than that to worry about. But he goes on there and sits there and is now going to stare at me. This is how it works now at this station. The one person with any guts, the one person who's not afraid, is going to get in trouble. I'll get in trouble for this, for telling the truth about a person who is trying to make our lives a living hell, who will sue us, who will battle us, has done it to people he's lived with, people he's lived across the street from, people in the town. He tries to ruin their lives, and he's tried to ruin our lives. And what do? I'm going to get in trouble for it. This is exactly how it works every single time. Every single time. So that's great. Awesome. Fantastic. Let that happen. Do whatever you want. There's no way you guys will hear this tomorrow. There is a person who has been trying to take our station down for the last and talked, came to no conclusion. He just wants to get us in trouble because he likes the sport of it. That's it. And salespeople who work their asses off, as much as we make fun of them, their lives have been affected by this guy. The Jimmy Fund has been affected by this guy. This is what he does, and he continues to do it. And instead of saying yesterday, we're proud of Kirk, we're proud of Jerry, we support these guys, they've been number one for a year and a half, we're going to play that because it shows why they're the two best radio hosts in the city. We're going to play that hour out, and we're going to back these guys up. We're going to show some guts and back these guys up. What they do is they say, you know what? He may get sound of it and misconstrue it and send emails out to people out of context instead of just saying they're good. These guys are good. They're good guys. They work hard. They have gone to historic lengths, by the way, with the transgender community from a radio perspective, which I'm happy to do. We met Mason Dunn. Great guy. We had a great conversation with him and the mom of a young kid who was transgendered. Very nice people. Had a great conversation. Have no issues with them at all. None. Zero. You know who else knows that? The guy who's going after us. He told us that. He knows that too. We do PSAs. Happy to do it. I'd have Mason Dunn on any time to have the conversation. No problem. Nobody else would do that. We do it, and what do we get? Nothing for it. Nothing. Instead, you get stuff taken out of context and set to people. Day after day after day after day. I've had enough of it. I am at my wit's end. Done. We are done. Other shows can do whatever they want. I don't care. We make fun of Dale and those. I don't care what they do or don't do. It doesn't really matter to me. What I care about is here, and we are done. That hour yesterday was really good, and it upsets me that our station is not proud of that. Instead, embarrassed by it and basically being governed and being programmed by this guy, to me, is insanity. You either have our backs or you don't. Plain and simple. I have really nothing else to say about it other than that. So when people say, oh, you've lost your red, nope, we're back. You don't have to worry about that at all. Now, we may get censored by them, but there's things I wouldn't have said 2 months ago I'm going to say now. I'm happy to say it. I think it's ridiculous that transgendered high school students are allowed to run against girls. I think that's ridiculous. Doesn't mean I think what they're going through isn't real, that they have terrible things that have happened in their lives, a reason why they felt uncomfortable their whole lives, why they have to make that change. I support that 1,000%. But I don't think it makes sense to run if you're a teenage, born a boy against a teenage girl. I don't think that makes sense. I don't think parents think that makes sense. I think most people don't think that makes sense. If you have to censor that at this point, then you might as well just kick us out and bring in Villani and Wakefield and do a show from 6 to 10. I'm not even joking. I mean, at that point, you might as well do it. And our program director can be mad at me. The general manager can be mad at me. You can suspend me again for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm going to come back and say the exact same thing. Nothing is going to change. Nothing.
We have to go to break?
You say whatever you want.
I think you said it loud and clear. I thought our hour yesterday was very good. I didn't think there was a problem with it at all. I think people think this person's going to take everything we said yesterday out of context, and he probably will.
So what? Let him.
And they're just trying to make it more difficult for him. It doesn't really change anything. It does deprive people who listen online or listen on the app of hearing it. It's too bad. You're right. It's too bad. I thought it was a good hour. I didn't think we did anything offensive or over the line. Did you hear it, Mutt?
I listened to a majority of the hour, and I was a proud listener yesterday because you guys presented a really strong back-and-forth argument between yourselves and the callers about an issue that is not easy to discuss. And I listened with great interest because you guys were smart on it, and you had good takes on it. I listened for 45 minutes of the hour.
We took lots of calls. The calls were
Calls
good.
were excellent. I think calls usually suck. The calls were excellent.
The hour was absolutely fine, and it's troubling when stuff like that happens. But that's the place we work at now. For some reason, we've allowed this guy to ruin. He has a history of doing this, and we're going to work on the podcast right now where people have said this guy has tried to ruin my life. Not me. I'm saying other people have said that, and he's decided to do that with us, and we let him do it. And he'll pick up the phone today and call 70 people and send 300 emails, and we'll say, I don't know. We'll just, let's not do something because it's just, I've had enough of it. I've had enough, and I'm done. I'm done. I had to sit through this garbage for the last few months, and now I got to do it. It is, on my end, it is over. Other people can play that game. That's fine. I'm not doing it anymore. We're done.
I think lots of people are governed by fear. It's the way lots of people operate.
It's a losing philosophy.
About Marty Walsh.
It's a losing philosophy.
Without a doubt.
That's all.
But not everybody is as secure as you.
I don't care them. I don't care them rich. It doesn't
I'm not talking
matter.
about financially.
Doesn't matter.
I'm talking about just professionally. There are people who fear for their jobs every day.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
Especially in this business.
Okay, but as I told Jason Wolf when he got fired, this is your fault for supporting Mike Salk. You're going to get fired eventually. You wake up every morning. So why don't you fight the fight that's correct? Maybe you'll win.
It's a good question.
Right, maybe you'll win.
It's a dilemma they wrestle with every day, and sometimes they make the right choice. Wolfie lasted a long time.
He did. Yeah,
but he made the wrong choice at one point, and in this business, there's the door.
Sure.
Find someone else.
It's a scary time in history. Take every single one of these calls. It's a scary time.
We have talked about this.
Just so you know, the phone lines are loaded. We probably won't take the calls, is my guess. We live in a scary time in history where this can happen, where they allow it to happen. That's all. And honestly, our company is almost as much to blame as this guy, in my opinion.
It was a miscalculation from the beginning where he said, let's go to sensitivity training. Let's meet with this guy.
Sensitivity training was fine. I had no problem with sensitivity training.
But it was never enough.
No, that's correct. Enough. Correct.
And it never will be enough.
It will never be enough. We've talked to the guy, you and I, both times, and a couple of times, and he doesn't want anything other than to screw with us. That's it. He likes the fact that he's had a minor level of success, and it drives the people in the sales department. And our show are unified for once, as crazy as that is.
Right.
And we all want this done, and nobody's doing anything about it. So there you go.
But we've seen it at the corporate level. Every company is governed by fear to some extent.
Yes.
And we do these stories. We've done them like almost every day now, Kirk, where people are threatening boycotts or threatening targeted harassment.
That's the new thing in 2018 with social media and social communication.
It's frightening.
That's what you now do.
And sometimes they bow to the pressure, and whoever gets fired. And there's other times with Laura Ingraham, they don't bow. They stand up and they stick it out.
Correct.
And show some guts. And she survived, and now she's number one. And I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of her advertisers have come back.
Yeah.
And other times you get gassed. You get thrown to the wolves, to
Sure.
the mob.
Yes. Yeah.
The Twitter mob, it's not just Twitter. The social media mob is a scary thing and a real thing. And I'm not sure it's changing anytime soon.
Oh, it's not. It's not. But it's only because, again, if EI had tweeted out yesterday and said, by the way, this is why these guys have been number one. This is a great segment. Listen to it. By the way, I don't think the transgender community have an issue with that segment yesterday.
No, why would they? I mean,
I think
it was constructive dialogue.
I think there was some disagreement.
We had one lunatic who, was a guy.
Yeah, and you called him a lunatic correctly.
He said, I have no problem if anyone wants to race against me. And we're like,
it doesn't even matter.
His name was Abe. And we're like, Abe, you're missing the point. They're not going to beat you. They're beating these girls.
But people, we're at the point now where,
you missed it,
as I said yesterday, we're at the point now where there's a certain segment like this guy who don't even want disagreement, just healthy discord. That's all, which will lead to, I think, productive stuff.
Right.
Instead of just saying, you know what, let's all pretend that nobody's upset about anything and just push this stuff.
Well, I always say that about people who criticize me, because, you're just right-wing nuts on that show and you love Trump. I go, yeah, you can say that about me. But Kirk criticizes Trump more than anyone.
No, but I think he's
more than any show. You could find Marjorie and Jim don't criticize Trump as much as we do on this show.
Right, we disagree and we do that. And
because
that's
we're open to discuss, debate anything.
I just think it's the scariest time ever. It's the scariest time to be in this business. And I'm literally sitting there looking at the program director watching me, who I have as much respect for as my next dump. Sitting here trying to what is the point of that? The guy who produced Mutt Maloney.
He doesn't.
Is going to be in charge.
He doesn't
of
want to lose his job. In his defense,
well, he's gonna. I mean, they all wind up losing their jobs. And I'll stay. That's how it works. That's how the business works.
I'm not sure you'll stay, but
right,
he'll
fine,
lose his
I'll
job
be somewhere else and make a lot of money. I mean, either way, and then he'll be selling insurance somewhere. What's the difference?
Right.
All right. 617-779-7937. We saw the lines were loaded. They're not taking these calls. Call if you want. Bother these guys. If you support us, call in and make life difficult for management, I guess, because that's how we get to success. That's the only way I can do it.
Let's try Mike in Scituate.
Oh, we'll take a call. We're supposed to take a call. Okay, go ahead.
I thought you wanted to take a call.
I did not, but that's fine.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, how you guys doing? I just actually called in because I was driving from the airport down in Charlotte yesterday between 8 and 9 o'clock, and I heard the whole conversation. And I thought it was great. I appreciated the conversation. I've listened to it. I've heard you guys have the conversation before. I think whoever this guy is that's harassing you just for the sport of harassing you is just an idiot. But I heard the whole conversation on my app, so I'm listening to the app. Listening to the show on the app, and I heard the whole conversation yesterday.
Well, I mean, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. We had a meeting a couple weeks ago where it's like, yeah, we'll make a phone call and see if we can send some letter. Like, what are we doing? And then it just goes away.
I think we've learned that that's futile. We learned a long time ago that that's futile.
And they're nice people. Mark Hannon's a nice guy. Joe Zarbano is a nice guy. But I mean, let's fight back here. Let's go. They're well-meaning people. I understand that. They don't like this as much as we don't like this. Right. So let's go.
Or more.
Let's go. Let's go.
Salespeople, it costs them money.
Right. Jesus Christ.
And they all don't have as much money as you do.
No, nobody does.
Or new cars like Jerry.
They don't have the cars as fast as mine.
That's a good point. 617-779-7937. There's a head coach of the Patriots who ordered something from a menu on breakfast time the other day. You're not going to believe who the coach is or the item he ordered. Mutton Callahan will be right back.
Well, for once, Kirky, we're going to pay off on one of his teases. It's the Mutton Callahan Show. Like he said.
Right now it is.
The Mutton Callahan Show for the next hour and 20 minutes. Kirk is, obviously he's crazy.
He could come back at any time.
But he had a great rant, and we just sat back and let him go, and he was, on fire. And everyone appreciated it, especially the salespeople, the people who've been screwed through this whole campaign. We appreciated it. It was quality ranting. But it's not enough. He has to go battle during the breaks.
He's not here, but now he's tweeting.
You can tell me, because I won't lose it, but are we really, not you, I'm Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Are we really not allowed to take any more calls on this?
That is correct.
So these calls on the line, we can't take them.
That's correct.
What, the call before the break?
The call from the break, perfectly reasonable, a level-headed caller. We can't have any more of those.
That is the edict.
Okie dokie. Do you think LeBron James is coming to Boston? Give us a call, 617-779-7937.
Why isn't Kyrie Irving supporting his Celtic team right now?
We already did that.
Oh, okay.
Kyrie Irving is not supporting. Kyrie Irving is just intentionally, deliberately weird.
Is Mookie Betts the best player in baseball?
He is not.
Why haven't you definitively said
Mike
that
Trout
yet?
hit 2 more bombs last night. He has 23 home runs. Mike Trout is far and away the best player in baseball.
But among outfielders, it's interesting. Not only does Mookie Betts lead in the outfield balloting ahead of Mike Trout and Aaron Judge.
Okay.
His 748,000.
No, get him get to his
He's leading
points.
the votes. We can't deny that. That's not debatable. I want to get to this call if we're allowed to, because as before, Kirk. Okay, now we have Kirk in the booth staring
good.
at us. What the hell?
Oh, is that our boss? Is that
That's the new program director.
oh, he's sitting down staring at you.
He's imitating. Before Kirk explained to you all what happened to the sound from yesterday.
Yes.
In full detail, colorfully, explained it all. We talked about Marty Walsh. Not only did he not condemn the people who laid down and blocked traffic, he supported them.
He
These
essentially
lawbreakers,
greenlighted another group to do that again today
these
if they
bums-
wanted to.
Exactly, and they said
That's
they're
the
going
worst
to.
part,
They said they're going to do it again. They now know they won't get arrested, and the mayor won't even condemn them, criticize them.
It is okay in Boston to sit down in traffic.
So, and we
basically
have-
is what Marty Walsh
And we've
said.
got lots of texts and some calls of people who were inconvenienced. Beyond that, they're not inconvenienced.
Thousands were.
They were screwed over. They didn't get to work. They didn't get to the appointments they had. They didn't get home to have dinner with their families. And Marty has no problem with that. You're mayor.
We're back with this.
We're allowed to do this.
Good doggy.
We're allowed to do this.
Good doggy. That's why you get your car.
Edward
Oh,
is in
we're
the
go-
car. What's up, Edward?
Nobody cares.
Just
in
go
this-
back in the booth.
car.
Stare at us.
Better than the last segment, you think?
No, but we got rules to follow here.
Nobody told me I couldn't say anything today. Nothing. We keep talking about this.
Well, we had calls. We weren't allowed to take them.
We were told by the program director. Just what did you say to me?
There was an edict that we cannot take the calls.
Right.
And we
on
had
that
lots
subject.
of them, and the calls were perfectly reasonable.
Some of we didn't know what they were talking about. Everybody was going to take my side, right?
The support is overwhelming for you
So
guys.
as
and the
always,
show.
not you guys. As always, it's us. It's going to be. Believe me. You think I'll be able to walk out of here today at 10 o'clock?
I was hoping I was going to be able to walk out at 10:01.
But no chance, right?
Cancel that tea
I think
time.
you ruined that.
Well, walk out. You didn't do anything as usual. You're fine.
Okay.
We're getting mad at you about what, the All-Star balloting?
Yes.
Your take on that? I think it's fine.
No, I. Okay, well,
Well said. Go ahead, Edward. Maybe I can do a
you
show
know why I
with you.
have to stay around? To protect you. That's
From
why.
what?
From yourself, you psycho.
I get Thursday, Friday off. I'm good.
See the weather? It's going to be
Yes,
hot.
I am good.
What's
Tea and
up,
I and
Edward?
the Let it fly. What's up, Edward?
Hey, guys. I'm
Hey.
glad you're talking about this issue. My office is right there. About 100 people in my office were affected by this, and nobody seemed to care.
Well, that's not true. Oh, hold on, Edward. Plenty of people care. The people in the media don't care. Marty Walsh doesn't care, but people like you,
The cops are under orders
Right,
not to care.
Right. Everybody who's driving to work and back to work the people looking at right now on the Pike who are stuck.
Imagine
they
your
all
normal
care.
commute from Boston to wherever, to Lexington or Andover, Chumps, is like an hour and a half, and these maggots made it 3 hours or 4 hours, and they did it because they were speaking out for poor
And by the
people.
way, they did it illegally.
Illegally, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the cops watch them and do nothing because the mayor doesn't want them to do anything about it.
If they sign,
So if you want to go sit in traffic, go do it today.
What's
and
it
if
gonna
someone
take-
runs them over,
I got one more thought in the last segment. What's it going to take to sign Kovalchuk financially? What are the numbers?
what are the parameters, Kenny?
Well, he's 35, but he's highly coveted. I'm thinking a 3-year deal, probably 3 by 5, 3 for 15.
It's going to be as good as that Rick Nash trade that I criticized and
It was a
people
terrible
mocked me.
trade.
I was
You
right.
were
You were
right
right
on the money.
You
and
nailed it.
you.
Crushed it.
Thank
Yep.
you. Remember that, Joey
Mr.
and Mark,
Hockey.
when we're fighting today, that I can give you that as well.
Did we let Edward talk yet? I forget. Go ahead, Edward.
No, thanks.
He's already
Well,
talked
I was
there.
saying, I'm glad you guys are talking about it. We saw them set up at about
I'm not.
3:30, which is probably when his bums woke up.
Okay.
And we figured they would be the police.
His phone
Well,
doesn't work.
sorry,
suck.
Edward.
Have a good phone.
The Globe, by the way, supports that. Just so you know, in the business community, the Globe thinks it's a wonderful thing that these,
Shh. No, we have a deal with the Globe. We don't make fun of them. They don't make fun of us. Come on, it's working out
these
perfectly.
raggedy old bags. That's what most of them are. These like old ladies.
What are you talking about? Like Joe Vanacchi?
No, these protesters.
Oh, I got you. Sorry, I got confused. It's my
Hey,
fault.
You know what they're afraid of now? I know this. I know this, Kirk. I know this
Go ahead.
business. People are going to lie. Say they want to come on and talk about the protesters.
Yes, I've done that.
Or they're going to talk about Kovalchuk.
Right. Or the All-Star ballot.
See, you know
Well,
what?
it's not
'Cause
their fault. Yeah, a caller called in and said they want to talk about
Ken
something
just said
else.
3
and
by
then-
5, 15 million for Kovalchuk. People are pissed. They're pissed.
Well, that's the kind of thing. You think I'm going to get in trouble today? Ken's going to be gone all next week and the week after.
No,
for
we
something
can't afford
like
to
that.
lose you.
Now we have to
That's
go back
low
to,
risk, high
Now we have to go back
reward.
to sensitivity training again because of that Kovalchuk take.
So you think the
Jesus.
Bruins should spend $15 million on a 35-year-old winger?
That's the asking price, Jerry.
What number is he?
17?
I like 17, yeah.
Freddie Stanfield?
How about 4?
I think he's retired.
I don't know. I don't know. About I swore myself out at 8 o'clock. I got nothing.
What did you do at the break?
I looked for the program director in his office. He wasn't there. I assume he was cowering somewhere or trying to, send his application out somewhere. And then I walked around, sat in the office for a minute, put my feet up, tried to figure out that book that they sent you. I almost want to read that book in a weird way. And then
you like books.
I'll have plenty of time to read it, I think, in the summer.
You and I agree on many things. On this, I guess we disagree. You don't care if you get fired. You say it all the time.
No. I enjoyed no.
But you are willing to...
It matters less to me if I get fired. Than, like, if you got fired today, it'd be a huge impact in your life.
Yes.
It means
some people are... You use the term governed by fear. I would...
one of them.
I would agree. I would agree. People are afraid to get fired.
Right, Kirk. That's not a bad thing.
That would be your boss and your
I
boss's
have
boss
much more
and your boss's
you guys
boss.
do, yes.
But my argument is taking the side I'm on this is going to help them prevent that.
Well, it depends what their boss thinks, because everyone answers to somebody.
Okay, fine. Okay, great. All right. But after a while, you have
to say... Are we allowed to
say...
tweet this picture out of Kirk in the control room staring at me?
How do I look?
You look
You look
spectacular.
scary.
Like Hardo program director.
Good, thank you. This is a saltwater shirt.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, well, it is.
Slaves in Dubai drink salt water.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad to me.
Yeah,
Ingesting
what's
salt
wrong?
water, I think, is good for you. I think you're supposed to have a gallon.
No,
It's tastier.
Eventually,
Dehydrates you.
Brady will have a gallon of salt water a day. So Reamer told me he drinks.
Salt dehydrates you. It's bad for you.
What?
So Curtis is taking calls, but we're not allowed to,
I just asked a question.
Put him on the air.
Tweet out a minute ago how much was dumped, and I have 43 responses. So I have to take a look after that. I'm going to guess.
How do they know?
Because they're listening to the show, stupid.
But if they're listening online...
Oh, if they're listening in
Well,
their
it
cars.
skips back and forth, or you can
Yeah,
tell
but they
if it's
don't
been
know
dumped.
technically how much.
Right.
Do they? What does
Well,
it sound like?
I mean, they
can
could give you
guess.
sort of
Does it
chop.
really
Some of
sound
it
bad? I mean, was that really bad
It
radio?
was super chopped up, right?
Oh, incredibly chopped. Yeah.
Yeah, great radio.
How much did you dump, Kenny?
Nothing. It was just the one at the beginning, the activist.
So the name, that's it.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
So who was at Joe's office doing it? For him?
Yeah, he was
Paul
sitting
or
in
somebody?
here.
No, it was before he got in.
Probably some. Oh, that's true. Was
Yeah,
Paul
but why
doing
would
it?
he come in here knowing that he didn't have his finger on the button anymore?
Because he had a backup guy in there, probably.
Yeah, but the
Who's the
backup guy's a
backup button?
dope.
Paul or somebody? I don't know.
Yeah,
Paul
they
doesn't even
don't
know how
know.
to press a button.
They don't know what we're even talking about. There's a lot of inside
You
stuff.
can
they
leave it up
know.
to
I think-
Paul to decide what can be
he's
said
a
and
smart
not said on
guy.
the show. Don't
A
believe
talented guy.
that. Guy you kicked off the show.
I didn't kick him
Do you
off.
have more
Just second
respect for
Curtis
him than
ready
you
to
do
come
for your
back.
next dump?
Go away, Paul.
What are you talking about?
Well, you said you don't respect your boss as much as you respect your next dump.
Well, I hold my next dump in high regard. It's important to me. If you ask me how much I respected it, I would tell you I respect it a great deal. And you know I like Joey, but it drives me nuts. That's all.
I know you like him. That's why I think you should lay off a little bit.
I am laying off.
He's
a little
answering
bit.
to somebody else.
This is me laying off.
But you know who you're not going to like? The next
Oh,
guy.
I can't dread that idiot from
The next
Buffalo
guy
with his
will
tie.
be from another city.
The Red Sox are going to win 100 games. I'm sure you guys know what you're doing.
JT Martinez hit big number 2 for
WEEI.
I mean,
W-E.
Mookie Betts has the most
WEEI.
All-Star votes. You know what you should listen to is the guys in the afternoon. They do it right.
Yeah, when there's
NBC.
when there's like a sports news story that's not relevant to Boston that happens during your show,
There's-
make sure you mention it every break.
And by the
Make
way,
sure it
real quick,
happens.
just to go back to the guy from the last segment. He wanted us to sign a document in that office with Phil there and Joey that we were never going to talk about any transgendered issue ever again.
Which is insane.
It's just
It's the
first of all,
biggest. It's the
precedent
biggest
says
political issue locally. It's the biggest political issue locally this fall.
Well, yes, but forgetting that, think about the precedent that would send. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, next guy comes in and says, "We don't want you talking about the mayor anymore,
Or the president, or whatever. You got it. Okay.
Oh, we've been through that.
Yes,
That's
you
why I
have.
know for a fact, 100% certain, you will hate the next guy.
I have no doubt.
You will hate him.
Well, I'd like you to sign
I hate
this.
the current guy.
Can
No,
you
you
sign this
don't.
piece of paper where you can't?
At times I do.
You don't
make
hate
fun
him.
of my issues
You
anymore.
like him.
No?
What's that?
I have a piece of paper here. You guys sign this and not make fun of my issues anymore. Is that possible?
No.
No, it's not. It's the only thing that's interesting about you. I mean, what else you want to talk about? What thoughts do you have?
I got some thoughts on the Red Sox, but I'm going to save them for my next solo show
Tomorrow. Oh, you're
Stephen
with us
Wright.
for the rest of the week?
As of right now,
You and Jerry
yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah, the Mutt and
Yeah,
Jerry
Mutt
show.
and Jerry.
Yep.
That doesn't have a good
Let's
ring.
work
to
on a
it.
third man
Mutt
for
and
tomorrow,
Callahan.
guys.
Mutt and Callahan's not bad.
Mutt and Callahan.
That's not. Mutt and Jerry is worse.
Mutt and Jerry's.
Mutt and
like
Jerry.
Mutt and Jeff is a.
Mutt, Mark, and Jerry.
What's the cartoon? Mutt
Ooh.
and Jeff.
Yeah, Mutt and Jeff was an old cartoon.
Terrible old cartoon.
Jerry and the Drunk?
What's Jerry?
Jerry and the
Tom and
the-
Jerry is the other dumb cartoon.
The Monkey and the Maggot?
Yes.
Oh,
Is that a good show?
And now we got pictures on the internet in 3, 2.
You asked for it, you got it. That would be a good show.
The next guy won't let us call him a monkey. The next guy won't let us talk about, his marital issues.
No, he'll be in there the whole show, the next guy. Next guy will be in the business for
Do you remember
30 years.
Do you know what the edict was 2 program directors ago when we got a new program director? You know what his edict was? Get the morning show under control.
What, Kevin, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That was his job.
He was successful.
And he failed miserably.
But we liked him.
We liked him.
I don't know how he would handle this whole situation. As much as I like Kevin,
He
he
would
would
beg.
be.
He'd hide in his office and let
even
somebody
know
else deal with it.
Please,
Yes.
please.
He would be on his knees.
Guys,
begging. And then, you know what? He'd give up.
But he was
And,
funny at first. He'd come in and be like, "Did you talk about masturbating in the car today?" The Red Sox are 30 games. Tom
and
Brady.
there was a point where other hosts and other people in the station thought they could go to him.
Yes.
Say, could you get Kirk to stop making fun of me?
Right.
That lasted
Kevin got it
about
after a while.
3
though, right?
days.
Took him a little while,
Yes.
but he was in on
Kevin
it.
was great. He was a
Yes,
great guy.
after
He was
everything,
very nice to
after
me.
we disobeyed and ignored everything he said.
Fired you.
No, he brought me in and gave me another opportunity.
Oh,
That's what
true,
he did.
right. Oh, you're
But it's
praising
true.
his-
But he was into sticking to the clock, teasing and horizontal.
Yeah, but he
teasing.
was. But I mean, it took him a while because he wasn't used to it. He was used to working in like North Carolina and whatever these
I
dumb
miss his
radio
hats.
stations.
I'm gonna lie.
He's back there wherever he is.
He's in Dallas, I think,
Dallas.
right? Yeah, good
Yeah.
guy.
Yes, good guy.
And Joe's a good guy too. He's a good guy.
Joe's an excellent guy.
Yes.
And the next guy might not
Great
be.
guy.
Yeah, but
The next guy might not think you're funny.
Well, he may not. What do I care?
It's your job. That's why you care.
What do you think? I'm gonna go on the air and do what he tells me to do?
No,
That's
but
not
his,
gonna
his
happen.
you're gonna
job,
have
his
to
job
fight.
is to get ratings.
Sure, we'll
his
fight.
job is to make money
we'll
for
fight,
the station.
We'll fight with the next guy, and then the next guy, and the next guy. That's how it works.
I'm
If
just
you
saying.
get along with your program director, you should get out of the job.
I'm just saying you're going to dislike the next guy, and you don't
no
dislike
question.
this guy.
Right, but I didn't dislike the guy before him. I didn't even dislike Wolfie.
Our last GM we liked.
Yeah, not at first though.
At first we hated.
Right, I like our GM. Right, I like him.
You have to like him. He's a good guy.
Right, he's a nice guy.
Right.
So what?
So
What good does that do me?
The next guy might be worse.
Everybody's nice right here, huh?
Right, wonderful, but awesome. What does that accomplish?
That's true. We're left. Our co-host is the most likable guy in the whole station.
Yeah,
the
a lot
one
of
guy,
niceness going on.
The one guy nobody dislikes. We have him on the show. It's weird.
Right, the least talented guy, but the nicest guy.
But the nicest guy,
That balances
the only
out,
guy
yeah.
who disliked him is gone. Who you shoved him out. You
I
stabbed
did.
him in the back.
Well, Dale
in the
doesn't
back,
like
yes.
him.
Yeah, but Dale doesn't like anybody.
But Dale doesn't like this the way that doesn't like Mark James. Like, you won't say it. Just say you hate him. Who
Does
cares?
Dale really hate you?
He
doesn't
I can't tell
really-
anymore. I
Well,
actually
Mud was
cannot
sort of
tell.
there, but
But
I
nobody
can't tell
really,
anymore.
nobody really dislikes Mudd.
No, I don't think so.
But a caller sniffed
Mike-
out. Can we tease that going forward at some point?
That
A
guy
caller
was driving
sniffed
the-
out the dislike between James and Dale
yes,
yesterday.
we can do that later. Yes, we'll do
Good.
that maybe when we get back. Nobody dislikes Mud.
What are you trying to do? An ambush here?
Except
Mikey,
for- except
did
for what was
Mikey
the joke?
dislike you before you stabbed him in the back?
Yes, he
He always
I-
He's
Yes.
territorial.
Oh, you're right. You were a threat.
He talked so much.
But Mikey,
crap
by the
behind
way,
my
has
back.
also
It's
been part of these
unbelievable.
campaigns to try and get me fired.
Nobody
I know that. He's worked with
badmouths people in
people.
radio like
Mike
Mike
Adams?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I know this for a fact. Yes. Not with this guy, but with somebody else. Yeah.
Did he? Wow.
Yes, I have proof
But you
of that.
respect that in a way, don't you?
I get it. Yeah. I mean, sure. It's not going to work. Knock yourself out.
Whatever happened to our idea to get Mikey in here on the couch?
I admit I was not pushing
weren't.
hard for that. No, I think after about 20 minutes we'd want him
But
out.
all you
want him
wanted
out.
to
What,
do
do
was
some bad
talk about
trivia?
how much he hates Mutt.
Right, or me. Either one would be fine.
That's true. We could have been.
up after Mike Adams.
Right. There you go. All right. So where'd you want the tease? What'd
I
you
think
say?
a caller pointed out what's really going on in the afternoon show. Mark James is there.
I missed this.
Okay, we'll
I
do
heard
that.
it live.
Can we do this?
We'll do that when we get back. And the Bruins have their eye on a winger, a veteran winger. Who's played in the NHL for a long time, 35 years old. I'm going to tell you who that is and what it might take to sign him. Years and money.
Should we open the phone lines up when you do that?
Lines are open right now if you'd like. It's 617-779-7937.
Here's an idea. Call and say you want to talk about Kovalchuk.